So, welcome back to Into the Infinityverse, and this is basically going to be another video, kind of more expanding on another aspect I've kind of talked about here in the Infinityverse, the shared fanfiction universe that my friend Jason Voorhees 2011 work on together. And we're going to be talking about the cosmos, like the cosmic side of things. Now, I've kind of basically talked about how everything space side is just little, like, building blocks to one of the events we're going to be doing at one point called Annihilation. We're basically doing, like, a version of Annihilation. So all cosmic roads lead to Annihilation. Like, every little building block, in one way or another, is building to Annihilation. So I just wanted to reiterate that. We're still not going to spoil who it is, but who the big villain is. But it's not going to be like a bug-like character. But yeah, there is a bug character involved in the Annihilation, funny enough. So, real quick on that, just what I'm going to be talking about real quick before I go any further is that, essentially, in this, we have a big cosmic villain we're keeping hidden until we get to Annihilation. And the two people working through him, like the two generals doing this guy's bidding, are Lord Dreg from, of course, Ninja Turtles, and Kagato from Tenchi Muyo. So those two are kind of like the two, like, go-throughs, and they're also competing with one another for like a high, like they're trying to one-up one another, essentially. But Kagato and Dreg are basically like the guys doing the groundwork for them. One of the things they're doing is collecting xenomorphs and essentially making them into foot soldiers for this army they're building. Not to mention that there are a lot of other bad guys out there in one way or another. Now, another thing we've done in the cosmic side of things as of so far is that I did talk about one of the major aspects that happened in the past of in this version of the Infinityverse is that there was a war between Cybertron and Homeworld. The Homeworld Cybertron War was a 3-year war where essentially what had happened was that the gems attacked Cybertron for not just Energon, but also they wanted to learn how. They also stole the enigma of configuration, the thing that makes combinders, and that's how we get fusions in this continuity. Like, that explains fusions. So, but what happened was the gems lost the war after Yellow Diamond was defeated in combat against Megatron, who at this point was like kind of more of a freedom fighter and more of a man of the people before he became a tyrannical despot. So after the war, and after more or less the gems got demoralized, that one of their perfect diamonds was bested in combat for all to see, and the war was just not going in their favor. So it was more like, we're done, it's over. But now, we fast forward a couple thousand years after that, and what has happened is that the gems, along with several other alien races and groups, have joined together to create the United Galaxy Alliance. The United Galaxy Alliance is a formation of different galaxies. For centuries, it's been more like, hey, we're all tired of fighting each other, right? Like, all the empires are just like, we're tired, all right? We are just so tired of trying to kill one another. It's getting old, guys. Can we stop? Can we just not? So Jirai, the royal family of Jirai, got together and was like, all right, so it's an open call. Who wants to join? The gems agree to join, begrudgingly at first, but they are, like, put in charge. They're actually like the head. They are like, yeah, you're going to be the leader. We wanted you specifically because you're some of the oldest races and you know how to command armies and lead people. So white, yellow, and blue diamond are kind of like, everyone is allowed to speak and whatever, and share information, but like when it's wartime or whatever, all power gets transferred to the diamonds during wartime, which is essentially what's going on right now, where they're more or less trying to protect Earth from the Phoenix. The other thing is, regarding the gems themselves, is that the gems Homeworld is not attacking Earth anymore, because obviously this is post the series, and Steve and the Gems want to, you know, keep in touch with their nephew, or in White's case, grandson. So it's all, yes, and the Infinity League does find this, like, it's totally weird for them. As for other races who are a part of this, we have the Cluster, who this is after Vexus was deposed, so it's after that, so her daughter Vega is the new leader. We have the Salamandrians from Ninja Turtles, they're a part of this alliance. We have, like I said, Jirai, they're a part of this. And there are a few other races. Cybertron is one of those, but here's the thing. Cybertron is it's not what you think. Shockwave is the one who allied Cybertron in the United Galaxy, unknown to Megatron's will. Because basically his whole thing is, whatever happens on Cybertron is my jurisdiction. So I get to say what happens to Cybertron, and a war, again, another war with Homeworld would be less benefactory to us. So I'm going to sign up to just ally, not so much ally, but more like keep them off my back. So Shockwave put Cybertron on the United Galaxy without Megatron's knowledge, and yes, that's not going to go well whenever Megatron finds out. Among others, we had the Urkans, but essentially what happened after the whole Enter the Florpus event with Invader Zim, the tallest are no more, and the Urkan Empire fell to ruin. And it fell to ruin hard because the Lewardians and Triceratons were basically conquering the Empire fell apart, and the Urkans were fighting each other, and they were in disarray, and the Triceratons and the Lewardians were taking up, and other empires were also taking up what was left of the Urkan empires, like vultures to a carcass. That is, until Tak stepped in and went, no more. Tak is now taken over, she's upgraded herself to make herself into a tallest, and has become the first empress of the new Urkan Empire, which is slowly rebuilding itself. And yeah, Tak's kind of like our Ronan the Accuser now. Big hammer and everything. So that's all I'm going to say on that. As for others, like I said, that not everyone is on board with this United Galaxy. There's roving bands of Decepticons out in the ether. There's space pirates. There's also the Lewardians from Kim Possible, the Triceratons, the Machine Empire, Scorpius from Lost Galaxy, like I said, Machine Empire from Power Rangers Zeo, Astronema. There's a lot of evil out there in the galaxy. And Dominator, and Lord Dominator has been, she's no longer Lord Dominator, she's now a bounty hunter, and there's also a bunch of bounty hunters out in the galaxy. And also Atmos is a world in the universe, because essentially what we have, and I talked about this in a Stormhawks video, is that what happened is that the humans of Atmos are not like the humans on Earth. They evolved differently, and there's a reason for that we're going to talk about later. As for others, there's other threats out in the galaxy, but they'll all come out in one way or another. But as it stands, every road is building to... Oh yeah, I forgot someone in the United Galaxy that was fun to have in here. Emperor Awesome from Wander Over Yonder. Emperor Awesome retired from being a villain. He basically retired and wants to just do parties all the time, but he can't do that with all the everyone fighting each other. So what he did was just like, I'm going to join the United Galaxy so I can party all the time, just like the Eddie Murphy song. And there's also, like I said, there's going to be other heroes joining together. Do you think we wouldn't have our own version of the Starjammers or Guardians of the Galaxy in the Infinityverse? Yeah, stay tuned for that. And there are other cosmic heroes out there. You might guess a few. Probably one from this thumbnail. Yes, Space Ghost is one of those legendary cosmic heroes, and with those heroes, there's also some legendary villains out there. Not going to say much more about that, but anyway. So there you go, guys. Just a little snippet of what's going on in the cosmos of the Infinityverse so far. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? Like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. If you haven't already, hit the link below to my Patreon. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.